Go live.
Hey everybody, it's live. Okay, we're now streaming. I think it just started.
Done redirecting to Facebook Live.
We've never done this before. Oh, I
No,
see
you
you.
can
You're all,
tell.
you see it. I see
There we
it.
go.
It's going.
Pause. Live. Okay. It just feels like it's not following my mouth.
Oh, well, let's just wing it and we'll see how it goes.
You bet. Okay, good.
Cool. Yeah. So thank you, Karen, for having me on your little show today.
My pleasure. This is a great experiment, everybody. So this is our both our first Facebook Lives, and so bear with us. But I want to introduce you to my friend Sophia Wren, or
Yeah.
Sophia Nietzsche, Sophia Wren Nietzsche.
I go by many names. Yeah, Sophia Red, in general for my writing fans. And
Awesome.
but I was born Sophia Nietzsche 31 years ago.
That's great.
Yeah.
So, Sophia is an amazing editorial coach, and she's a writer's writing coach. And she and I met a number of months ago, and we both wanted to really get together and decide and really come together to help authors or prospective authors get their book done, because we know there's so many reasons why a book might not get done, an author might get paralyzed. And we want to take all that fear away and help you get your book done in 8 weeks.
Yeah, I'm so excited to talk about it. I know that we're both really passionate about books and authors and helping them out. So this is going to be a fun conversation.
For sure.
Yeah. Yeah. So oh yeah, and I met you, Karen, and um I've been working since 2012 to help writers to make faster progress on their projects, from the beginning ideas to outlining to getting going with the writing every day or however they fit it into their schedule, to the editing process, to polishing it off and preparing to step out to the world with this new book baby on display for the whole world to see. I mean, there's a lot of places. How does it fit into your business? There's a lot of different parts of the process. And I know that you do a lot as well, right? With the publishing side and the marketing side. And,
We
you know,
do. We coach
yeah.
a lot of authors as well. They come to us. Mostly, the book has either they've worked with someone like you, a writing coach or developmental editor, and the book is pretty well done. But then we take it from there, where we do copy editing and the interior design and the cover design. We do distribution to Barnes and Noble and Amazon and wherever ebooks are sold, and even in bookstores. So, and then we also take you through a marketing execution strategy so that you're not left hanging as to, oh my God, now I've got this book done. Now, what am I going to do with it? How am I going to use it? How am I going to sell it? How am I going to build my business with the book? So, we make sure you understand who your ideal customer or ideal reader is, and we then figure out how to market to that person. So that's really a critical key of what we do and how we help people.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I feel like between the both of us, there's like the whole journey of writing a book, all the different aspects.
It's
So,
true. I know that I have run across a lot of people who who say, "Oh, I need you, but I haven't written my book," or "I have 10 things I'm thinking about writing," or "I just don't have time to, you know, to write my book," and then they kind of get paralyzed and try to understand, not really try to understand, they kind of put it away for another day. And I've never been able to figure out how to move them from that point to actually getting the book done. And I think you're my angel, um,
oh,
because you're the
yeah.
one who actually works with them right from the get go and gives them accountability, and basically walks them through the process. Is that right?
Yeah, and in a way, it's sort of like working with the intangible ideas, like most people can't really work with an intangible idea. When somebody just says, "Oh, I have an idea for a book," it's like, "Great. please write that book, because then Karen can help you get into a bookstore. But you can't do all those different steps if it's just an idea in your head. I mean, you can talk about it so the cows go home, but unless you like hire somebody else to write it for you, it's still not a book yet. And you kind of, Karen needs that for that.
Right.
For her
Exactly.
job.
Right.
So, but I do have this ability to kind of see things that aren't real yet, and to really help people to shape those ideas, whether it's like picking between the 10 ideas or just really developing that one. um, yeah, that's definitely my play area, my area of brilliance, and what I love to do.
Love it. That's your
um,
gift. Yeah.
yeah, bringing the intangible idea into a form, because and then once you have a draft, so like our course is really helping people to get that bulk of the words down, get the first draft down, because when you have a draft, then you can edit it. Then, an editor can work on it. Then people start to see what you really have going there, and they can start to play with it and give you feedback and make it better. But they can't do that step until you do your step of making the book happen to
Yeah.
writing it. Yeah. So it's really the key step that I think a lot of people just never get through, that opens the door to everything else, to all the other
It
support
really
that.
does. It really does. And,
Yeah.
the benefits of being an author are just profound. You know, if you want to be a New York Times bestseller, great. You know, I wish you all the best. And it's a different course. But if what you're looking for is to write a book that will help you in your business to get more clients, or to get you seen as the authority and the expert in your industry, in your field, or you want to get more speaking engagements, those are real solid reasons to write a book. And this is something where we can really help solidify that for you and help you position your book to really achieve those things.
Right. And, me and Karen, we were talking about how it really makes a big difference for somebody to have this book behind them, just the fact that somebody has written a book. But then also when people start to read it, and it can really expand your audience. Like I worked with somebody in the last year who was developing her draft and trying to get it into the final result. And we worked together, and now it's been a bestseller on Amazon since August. And
Wow.
it's exposed to her to a huge number of people all over the world. I think became an international bestseller on Amazon too. So that's so much more reach, because she's developed a great career as a spiritual teacher in my area of Maryland over the last 10 years. But that just opens, so she said it opened doors that she never even imagined would open, in terms of partnerships and things that it's led to. Now she has a wider audience to sell her courses to on intuition and different things. She used the book to also sell some audio recordings. That's just passive income for her now. And it's really was a great stepping stone for her business, for a lot of other doors opening.
Right.
And I don't know if you've had that experience where books
We
have
have
opened
very
doors.
similar stories. So we have a person who wrote a book about LinkedIn for branding, and she had a really nice branding company. But once she wrote that book, and that also became a #1 international bestseller, and that book, just everybody needs to be on LinkedIn. More if you're a business person, you need to be on LinkedIn, but you don't necessarily think about it as, oh, well, it's my personal brand, whether it's on Karen Strauss or it's Hybrid Global Publishing. What am I really trying to say, and how am I going to position it with my posts and the groups that I join, and what my page looks like. So she wrote the definitive book on this topic, and she
Wow.
got amazing responses, and her business has grown, you know, 10 times exponentially, with big corporate
Wow.
clients who are now calling her for consultations. Um,
Wow.
all of these talks to thousands of people, where she's now seen as the expert in LinkedIn.
Mm.
And what people don't realize is that Amazon is the #3 search engine in the world. So,
Wow.
right? So after Google and I forgot what the second one is, maybe Facebook, but Amazon, people go and they type in a keyword because they're looking for some kind of pain point. They're looking for some kind of problem to solve. And so
Yeah.
if you get the right keywords, if you're positioned that way and you have a book on Amazon, you're bound to show up and they go, oh, okay, this looks like an interesting book. I'm going to read it. Then they read about who you are. And the next thing they know, they're contacting you because they want a consult with you. So that's the way it starts. A book allows a person to invest in you in a way that doesn't cost them a lot of money.
Hmm.
So they're not spending $5,000 to buy a program from you or to do a coaching program of some sort. They're spending $15 or $20 to read about your program, your methodology, and who you are. And then they begin to feel like they know you. And
Yeah.
once they do that, then they're going to want to know and like and trust you and then get in touch with you.
It's totally true. I remember I once read this book by Sonia Choquette, who is a famous psychic. It's called Diary of a Psychic. It was $4 on Amazon, and it was a really great book. And it was just a story about her life and all her experiences, but it really gave her credibility as being psychic ever since she was a child. And I was really fascinated by her, so I looked her up and I was like, oh my God, I can get a phone consultation with her. And it was
Wow.
hundreds of dollars, but I went from spending $4 to spending hundreds of dollars, and I got a course by her and I talked to her live. And because it started with an Amazon search, like you said, I had no idea just how, but it makes total sense. And when you
Right.
have a book, then you're in the game on that search engine,
Right.
then it's just like having a web. You have to have a website to be on Google. You have to have a book to be on the Amazon search engine.
Absolutely, you have to have a book. So I suppose you could have a CD, but
Yeah.
you really want to have a book. So
Yeah, I love that. That's great. Okay, so now we talked about why books are so awesome and why it's fantastic for an entrepreneur to have a book. And I do want to also say I've been to different conferences on different topics, and a lot of times the people who run those classes are using that to generate leads for their business. Like they'll run a class on a topic they're an expert in, and then always in the bio of that presenter, they always have a book. It really like brings them to the top so that they can be a teacher and then collect all of the leads of people interested in that topic at a conference or something. I mean, it's just genius.
exactly.
Yeah. And then, do you have any other reasons why you're really passionate about helping people to write books, Karen?
Yeah, so I have a personal story, and I've been in publishing for 35 years. So I worked at Random House and Macmillan and Crown in sales and marketing, and it was wonderful places to really get my feet wet and understand about publishing. I've always loved the work itself, and and working with famous authors, and and doing that work. And then I went out on my own, and then at some point in that, while I was working with big publishers, I was also working with independent authors. I was diagnosed with breast cancer.
Wow.
And yeah, and while I was going through that, through the treatment and and everything else during that horrible year of mastectomy and chemo and radiation
Mm.
and all those things, I realized that what, we're not necessarily going to be here forever. You can't really
Wow.
procrastinate about whatever it is, whatever your dreams are. Now is the time to make it happen. And so it became
Yeah.
even more important to me to start helping people get their message out. Get your message out now while you're healthy, while you can, and while it's fresh in your mind. And don't let obstacles stop you, because you just never know how much time you have on this earth. So get it done now. So that became my why. That became my reason. And that is really why I want to help people. In fact, I want to show you something. I'll be right back.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Oh.
We recently came out, I helped the Women's Speakers Association publish books. And we just did a collaboration book. I don't know if you can see this. It's The
Yes.
Silver Lining of Cancer. 13 courageous women share their inspirational stories after a life-changing diagnosis. And I'm
Wow.
proud to say that I'm one of the authors
Yes.
in this book.
Congratulations.
So thank you. And we just did a podcast with Christine Blasdale called Out of the Box with Christine, which I recommend everybody,
Oh,
you know,
cool.
listen to. But
So
but
fun.
that's the point. We did it. We got it out. All of these incredible women. Now they're all coming to New York for BookCon, and we're all going to bond together. We're going to share our book. We're going to do some training together on publicity and building your platform that I'm hosting here in my offices. So, and we're going to help, some of these women who have businesses keep going, and keep building. And so it's just an amazing experience.
Wow. I love it. I love it. I've had a thought like that too. Like, don't die with a book in you. And
Right.
even if it's just a draft and you're still working on it, that's on your hard drive somewhere for someone you love, your best friend, to find and be like, oh God, because my mother actually passed when I was 3. And what I had later on was some letters of hers. And I think when I was about 21 or so, I found this one letter that she was writing about, and it was in Italian. So it took me that long to learn Italian to translate it. But she was basically saying how grateful she was that she had me.
Wow.
And that speaks to the power that writing has to immortalize you, to keep a little bit of you and what is important to you forever for somebody else to see. And it's just not the same as something that's stuck in your head, like you got to get it out. Because what if she had never written that letter or stored it away in a hat
Yeah,
box?
you never
I've never
know.
seen it. You just
You
don't
never
know.
know.
And she died rather unexpectedly. So you just don't know. And I've always had that sense too of like don't let things get in the way. If you gotta wake up a little earlier to get it done, or just decide, we're gonna watch a little less TV this month or whatever it is,
That's right.
So
Right.
we
Carve
think
some
that
time out, in the
yeah,
morning or, whenever you have some quiet time. So there are techniques, and these are things that we will teach you also, in our course. And so we're going to talk more about the nitty gritty of our course, right? In
yeah, another episode,
another episode of the
yeah.
Adventures of Sophia and Karen.
Yeah,
But we'd like to invite you to contact us to find out more, to talk to each of us individually about what we can help you accomplish so we can get to know your story more as well. We are only going to take a limited number of people, so we want to make sure we have the right group, and we want to make sure that we can help you to your fullest.
yeah.
So
Yeah, and
with
you might
that,
be a little unsure about what you're writing about. I had somebody send me an email that she thought the idea of doing a course like this was cool, but she wasn't entirely sure what her book might be about. So reach out anyway, because we can talk to you about these things that you have some curiosity or questions around.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. So the best way to do this is, I guess you could email me at Karen@hybridglobalpublishing.com.
Yeah.
Um, and I can put this out in Facebook as well. And or Sophia as
Yeah.
well. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm Sophia at sophiaren.com. Sophia with F as in fabulous, Ren like the bird.
As you
So
are.
Sophia at sophiaren.com. Thank you. I'll round up to your Facebook Live and pop it in the comments too.
Awesome. So yeah, or go to hybridglobalpublishing.com, and there's a form you can fill out. But do get in touch with us. We'd love to talk to you about getting your message out and helping you really accelerate your dreams.
Yeah, and let's get it done. Let's get it out of your head, get it on paper. Just mark that step off of your to-do list. Maybe you've been wanting to write a book for a long time. Let's just make it happen. And it doesn't have to be hard. You don't have to do it by yourself. Figure it all out. There are tricks and tips. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Good tricks. Legal
Yeah.
tricks. Yes.
Yeah, legal. All legal.
All
All
legal. Awesome.
fun.
Great. Well, it was
Oh, thank you
lovely
again.
talking to Sophia.
Yeah, this is nice. So look forward to the next episode, and reach out if you guys want to write a book. We'll talk to you soon.
Great. Bye.